Mic is on. Mic is on. Can you hear me typing? that microphone is on. Welcome everyone, and glad to have you all on board today. And yeah, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'm tired today. I worked hard. Sort of. Oh, and I'm glad to be home. Oh, cool. Piggy is zooming around snaffling crayons. That is awesome. Yvonne worked hard too. Cool. That is awesome. And thank you everyone for the welcomes from Leo and Piggy and Yvonne and Kevin and Sarah and Sue and Gaines and what's up Doc from Florida 360. All good. And I'm tired. Okay, Yvonne, tell you what, why don't you handle the show for the first half hour? And I'm going to go have a nap. I get my driver's license in the morning. What? Piggy, congratulations. You mean all this time you've been driving without a driver's license? Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is fun. I guess that's okay. Only in Greece, right? Boy, lots of stuff going on. And yeah. Oh, you get your driving license tomorrow. What about the cart that you're driving today? I don't know. Is that legal? Anyway. Glad to have you all here. Of course, you see what's going on the screen. We're showing some Cumbre Vieja volcano from La Palma from 2021. And yeah, I got that. I got that email, Leo. LOL. 2 years I've been waiting for my Greek driver's license. Wow, Piggy. And finally you got it, but you've been driving, so you've been driving on your British one, I'm assuming. All good. And yeah, Leo, I think we've seen that one before, but that's okay. We'll show that again. I mean, it is kind of funny. We can do that. It's all good. It's or well, sort of. Oh. Anyway, yep, I'm tired, and you can probably tell my voice sounds like I've been working hard, and it is as complicated in Germany. All the paper, on the Greek bit, yeah, of paper, yeah. I guess the paperwork is always nuts. I mean, even here in Canada, when you move from province to province, you are required to update your driver's license, and in the other province. And of course, because I had my Class 1 driver's license when I moved from Alberta to Ontario, and I only was there for 8 months. And of course, I ended up with my Class 1 license here, so driving tractor trailer and stuff like that here in Alberta was legal. Then they gave me a Class AZ or AZ as they call it there, for the wonderful stuff going on there. And of course that allowed me to drive the bigger stuff there. And then it got translated back, but because it was within a year, it didn't really matter. The here in Alberta, they kept it on file anyway, but the Ontario license actually allowed me to drive C-Train, which on that same license, which was kind of funny, because then the C-Train is when you have not just 2 trailers, but you have 3 trailers behind. And of course, when I got back to Alberta, they looked at my license and they said, well, hang on, how come all of a sudden you got one that allows a C-Train So I ended up getting here for Alberta. I ended up getting a special license, which allowed me to drive a sea train, which is 3 trailers, and it's a little bit weird since I've never, on the farm we did, yeah, big trucks, absolutely, big tractor trailer with another trailer, but I was allowed to have 3 trailers, so that is a little bit bizarre. Um, and we do have them here, but it is kind of weird. Anyway, popped in for half hour. Okay, Mr. King Colon, no worries. Anyway, first lizard in today. Oh, hang on, first person in today. I can, Lizoid. Somebody's got to stomp on him real bad. He can't come in first all the time. He's worse than the Cookie Monster. Anyway, there we go. He's got his cookies. And I'm going to say hi to everyone that's in here. So we'll start out by saying hi to Sue Hayes. And of course, we got Lizoid and Yvonne Kunkel, Henry Nelson, Leo Carlson. And let's see, we got Henry, we got King Colin Deadman, and we got Grand Zed. Sarah Miles is on board. Scrolling upward, Gaines made it in. Full Circle Florida is here, aka Florida 360. Oh, I had to do that. I guess the full circle is the same as a 360, isn't it? Anyway, we got Sarah. Okay, going up some more, looking for more names. Kevin Haynes, I think I said that. Scrolling up, who else we got in here? A lot of chatty people. Let's see, trying to find some names in here that I didn't mention already. Boy, you guys talk a lot. Brian, Perfectability 999 also in. Welcome. And let's see, Radio Shack 501, welcome back. And let's see, who else we got? Did I say Sarah Miles? I think I did. And still scrolling up, looking for more names as I scroll quickly, and my eyes are going buggy. And let's see, who else we got in here? Did I see? No, that is Kevin Haynes. Okay, Full Circle Florida again. It's going to make me go around and around. Kevin Williams also here. Welcome, Kevin. And let's see, who else we got? Linda Schoof, eating dinner, chat later. Okay, and no worries, Linda. Enjoy your dinner. Dan is also here. Welcome, Dan. And Tom and Pepper also in the house. Awesome. And I am all the way at the top. Let's go to the bottom, take a look and see who I missed. I think Dan, my hubby, is watching. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dan, your hubby? Oh, is your hubby Dan? Okay. I had a driver's license since 1982. Oh, I had one for a little longer than that, Piggy. Just a little. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, at least a few years. But I learned to drive a bunch of years before that, illegally. So, okay, all right. What VI was? Oh, I was only 17 when I passed. Yay, okay. I think I was 17 when I got my driver's license too. I had just turned 17 or something like that. Tried it when I was 16 and they failed me right away. I had to take one of those driver's education courses. Anyway, welcome to our moderators that are in here as well, and I'll say hi to all of them. Of course, we have our wonderful Arizona snowman, and then we have Piggy, who I see there, And we also have Gary, 24/7 Live, he's at Skies. CND Boy, also on board. And I think some of the others could be like, Joseph Fields, Texas. And let's see, who else? Lucas Stoll, maybe. And there may be a few others hiding somewhere that pop in from time to time. So that is all cool, and welcome to the moderators. Lizoid, your name is not Dan, your name is Lizoid. What? Full Circle, Florida. Damn, dang, I'm old. I got my license in 1975. Almost 50 years worth there, Florida 360. And I don't think I'm that far off there either, but I'll keep that quiet. Past first time, twice, long story. Okay. 17 and 41. Okay, cool. Yeah, that would be a long story. Yeah, I've always seemed to have had a driver's license of sorts way back. It was interesting. And I had various classes of a driver's license, so that was interesting too. Um, some of the stuff was kind of weird to drive. What year did Irish Monk get his driver's license? I do believe they started making you get a license and I'm not sure in Ireland, but I know in the U.S. They started making you get a driver's license in 1952. Prior to that, you really didn't need one. And that was pretty awesome. I'm not sure about Canada when Canada invoked that, but I know the U.S. was 1952. And I thought that was kind of neat and interesting. I mean, you could go get a license before that, but it wasn't mandatory, especially if you were a farm kid or something like that. Irish Monk, on the other hand, I think he had one for his cart and buggy way back when. Not sure exactly how far back that goes, but Irish driver's licenses came back from the cornflake. Oh, and the back of the cornflake box. That's where they got them. And cornflakes were invented in what year, Piggy? Come on, it's a trivia question. Anyone can Google this. What year were cornflakes? Flakes invented. Oh, there it is. I got the answer. Quick. No, not right. Perfect. There you go, Piggy. You Googled it just like me. 1906. How come everybody's getting 18 something? No, 1906 is what it said in Google. But hey, Google could be wrong. Missouri, a driver's license came in Cracker Jack boxes. Henry, when did Cracker Jacks first come on the market? So we have a reference as to when the driver's licenses started coming out. Sorry, I had to take a drink of Pepsi. I'm a little parched here. A lot of yakking. 1915. Wow. That's a long time ago. Don't encourage... what? Don't encourage giggling? Why not, Grenzed? Giggling is good for you. You do understand that smiling requires 4 muscles in your face. To make a frown requires 12. So, compulsory driver's license test in the UK, 1935. Cool. What was the first named volcano? That is a very, very good question. And I think it was one of those ones in New Zealand. And for the life of me, I cannot say that name because it's about 190 characters long. And it's something waka maka haka haka he what you gonna do? Anyway, Googling Dr. Fox. Okay, don't Google Dr. Fox. Google the volcano. Uh, good question. A full circle. Yeah. Volcanologist Yvonne Kunkel will tell us exactly how many volcanoes, or what was the first named volcano. And wow, Scott Hartman, thank you for gifting that 5-pack of memberships. Scott Hartman, you are an awesome dude today. I'm going to write that down, and gifted a 5. And congratulations to Linda Davis and Layla and Ilsifer and James Oulette and hang on, and Amelia. Congratulations on getting those 1-month free memberships. That's awesome. I actually don't know. Yvonne, what kind of a volcanologist are you? Scott Hartman, holy badman, he does it again. And this time it's a $20 super chat. Thank you very kindly, Scott. That is an awesome super chat and a very cool support. Really do appreciate it. A German, yeah, Yvonne. Oh, come on. Your guess is Etna? I don't know about that. Somebody Google it quick. And what was the first named volcano? I think there's a lot of them out there, really. Anyway, yeah, we're wasting time. That is pretty cool. Congrats on that. A lot of free month memberships. Yep, and that is awesome, and we appreciate that, Scott, as well as that wonderful super chat. That is very, very cool. Volcanoes probably had local names in prehistory in languages long forgotten. Oh, I'm sure that there were some that, you know, they would have translated to big thunder and fire or something. Who knows what it was. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Scott just threw in a second batch of wonderful 5-pack. Another one. Scott, that is awesome. And thank you very, very kindly for that. Hartman, there we go. I gifted a second batch of 5. That is 10 wonderful memberships today. Let's see, who got those ones? Maria Saloza. Oh, I can't even say that name. Maria. Okay. And Michelle got one. Nancy Buchanan got one. Nonstick Nick got one. And Ramona Gray got one. That is awesome. Cool. And congratulations to all of those people. And wow, Perfectability999 throws in a super chat too. Perfectability. That is a long thing to write. 999. Thank you very kindly for that, Brian. And there we go. Got that written down. All right. Plink was the first discovered volcano. Plink. Okay, I didn't know that. Plink was the first discovered volcano. Google says first name is Vesuvius. I'm not so sure. Piggy says it was Plink or something like that. And Dr. Google. Dr. Google? Who was Dr. Google? I didn't know he was around. Anyway, speaking of volcanoes, let's go do some Pliny discovered first. Okay, Pliny. I thought that he was a politician. Henry Nelson, he probably had fire coming out of his mouth as well, but no, not Vesuvius. Name not discovered. Okay, cavemen tens of thousands of years ago probably knew of a volcano in Africa and other places. Humans spread. You know, volcanoes been around a long time, so I'm sure that somebody had a name for them from way, way back when. It's not far from the one 30 kilometers away. Oh, so not far away from you, Piggy. That is cool. I would guess a volcano off Italy was first, but Vesuvius would be earlier. Okay, earlier because of meaner people. Wow, I honestly, Gren said, I think there is a whole bunch that would have been kind of pointed out even in Africa back in the day. You know, before they come traipsing out of Africa, and I don't know if you know the language thing, whatever. When somebody came along and first wrote it down, who knows? You know, we've got language culture going back to about 8,000 years of written language history. So, is it possible that somebody back in the day, you know, said, "Hey, this particular volcano is, you know, called this or that, whatever it is, Urta Ale, could have been one of them," you know, something like that. There's a lot of extinct volcanoes too. Yeah, but there's also a lot of extinct people and pictographs. Yep, could be. So, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities there. And, you know, if you go searching through the old Sanscripts, I'm sure there will be something there that will tell you mountains of fire and all kinds of different things. And it'd be interesting. Anyway, speaking of volcanoes and things, hey, let's go have a look at some. How about that? How about that, sports fans? Let's go look at volcanoes. After all, this is a volcano show, isn't it? Yeah, what are we going to look at? How about this? How about this empty hole here that has no lava in it? And how come that empty hole that we're looking at there, aka Halemaumau crater in Kilauea, Hawaii, on the big island of Hawaii, in Hawaii, in the middle of the ocean? What? Night night, Dr. Fox, CMD boy, and all oink oink. Okay, Piggy, get some sleep. You get some extra sleep for me. I'm very, very tired. Henry Nelson says the tilt is increasing. Yes, I'm starting to lean to the right, and I'll be asleep soon. Piggy, on the other hand, I think is leaning to the left, and her tilt factor is getting a lot further than mine, and she's going to go count some sheep or something. I don't know what she does in her sleep. Anyway, what alert mode activated, folks? Okay, King Colin Deadman, no worries. Anyway, we are looking at Halemaumau crater, and I find that very interesting. One of the things that I wanted to point out was, well, when we looked at it earlier, it didn't look like it was producing any lava at all. And then I looked at the thermal, and I'm looking at it and going, what happened? How come we see spillage, lava spillage in the crater, in the lava pond? And that is very interesting. That one, of course, is a recent shot here, so I did take it earlier as well, the shot, and I looked and I go, Huh. Somebody is playing games with us. Madam Paley, what are you doing? I see we still have very bright spots in here. And we had more smoke coming out from this side. And I'm wondering what's down on that corner. If we look at this one here, that camera, the thermal, shoots. Let me get my crayons going here. Now that Piggy's gone, we're not going to have anybody licking them. That thermal shoots. Oh, I need to be on this screen. Somewhere in this area is what it looks at. Okay, so when we look down here, what is this? We've got a hot spot. Just in front of the old vent. And I got a question, what the heck is that? And then we also have these other areas right in front here where those light spots are. So it's going to be that way. Oh, another one going to sleep. You guys are making me jealous. Yvonne, good night. And be good. Enjoy your sleep. And get some sleep for me too, please. I'm tired. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to try not to make it too long of a sneak lick at the crayons. Yeah, I used the licorice ones today, Piggy. Yeah. But I'll put the lemon ones back on now, and they'll be okay too. And there we go. So, yeah, that area and this area. I'm really suspect of that we may have something moving around as far as that vent. And then, of course, we've seen some fresh lava in that area over here. And that was kind of interesting. So, good night, Piggy. And let's clear that. And, that didn't clear. Let's do that again. Clear. Oh, there we go. That worked. All right. What? I just turned 63. I'm afraid to fall asleep. Full circle, Florida. Trust me, you'll wake up tomorrow. Maybe. Let's take a look at the other shots here. Of course, that one, that's the full shot of it. We did look at the thermal, and that was pretty cool to see. And actually, I didn't refresh this one. I wanted to do that. And there we go. Yeah, you can see a little bit more light on that area now, but definitely something weird going on down here. And these other spots, I think this is where that bright spot might be living. So, got to keep an eye on this, you guys. We'll see what happens. Not too much seeing in the back area there, that southeast crater area, but we'll take a look at that shot in a minute. Let's see, B1 cam, come on, you can do it. There you go. And yep, that doesn't look too bad. We do still see some of the higher sticky uppy rocks in the back here, which is pretty cool. Looks like some of it though seems to have subsided a little bit. And it's going to be interesting to watch if these guys drop down a little bit because they're a little heavier or something. And also, I noticed this is kind of a wavy thing in here now, and it's kind of deforming. So you can kind of see it going up and down over there, and then up again. So definitely getting a little bit of a contour to it. Very interesting and neat. Thank you, Tom, for the 5-minute warning. And the other shot, of course, of our, not now, of our southeast lava pond. And we do still see some smoke emanating from that back corner as well. Let's get rid of that snake on there. Why did that not disappear? There we go. The lava snake. I got him. I caught him and put him back in the cage. Anyway, we can see that the level is fairly low. And there's our lavagator, or what's left of him. He's still there. And that central pond, or central vent, if you want to call it that. And definitely noticeable in the contour here that we have a really low spot back here. definitely higher up here, and looking pretty cool. Still a lot of steam on this side. All of a sudden again, it makes you wonder what's going on there. Anyway, that's Kilauea, and we'll leave that be. I'm gonna pop over to. Let's fix that. There we go. Gonna pop over to our wonderful Iceland real quick. We'll have a look at it before the break if I can find it. I know I had it here somewhere, and I had to reboot just before the stream, so everything got redone, and that's all okay. We should be all right for the stream then. Anyway, let's go over here, and there we go. There's our wonderful looking capital city of Reykjavik in Iceland, going back about 10 hours or so. And we'll see what it looked like during the day. That's not bad at all for them. Some fairly, well, some hazy cloud up top there, but not bad. Looks pretty impressive. Let's see if we can tweak that quality just a tad. There we go, 1080p. Anyway, mountains look fairly nice. A little less snow on them once again. No new snow. We are, of course, on the Perlin Center, looking at downtown, that kind of area, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go to the other shot. And that one wants to buffer. Okay, is Kim Raudenbush here yet? Anyway, we do see the beacons going by in the dark, but let's go to the daytime shot. And there we go. That's what it was looking like today. So not bad for them. Can't say they had a bad day. Hi, Wonky Donkey. Hi, Dr. Fox. The first volcano was named Bob. Oh, you are funny, Wonky Donkey. And that's because nobody else could say any other names. They just came up with Bob. All right, that is excellent. And Bob the Volcano, yeah. And then came Bob Jr., and then came Mini-Me, and all the rest of them. And all right, let's put that back on live. And that's the wonderful live shot from the airport there. And oh, we got a fire. We got an eruption. No, that's not an eruption. That's somebody's taillights. I thought the first volcano was called Boom Hill. Yeah, Fire Hill with Thunder, something like that. Anyway, pretty awesome. Let's take a look and see what our lovely Katla looked like today. And there it is, a beautiful shot of Katla this earlier today. That's about 10 hours ago, or 12 hours ago almost. And very, very nice looking. And you could actually see the big ice mound there. That is a Katla. And that is a very nice sight. So, yeah, all it needs is a lava fountain. You bet, Henry. Then we'd all be happy. But if you ended up with a lava fountain popping out of here, I think we'd have some different problems. That snow and that ice, yeah, mustard colored. Yeah, sort of. Icelandic, actually the mustard that they put on the Icelandic hot dogs is almost that color. Hang on, if we go back a little bit further there in the sunlight, it almost this color. Very close, very close. It is break time, you guys. We're going to put you back on some canned lava, and that, of course, is canned lava from this guy, and that, of course, is our wonderful Cumbre Vieja, and let's see, yeah, we'll get it to be stoking some fire there. All right, you guys, for all those good people who are here, if you're enjoying the show, by all means, and do hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Also, if you feel we've earned it, go ahead and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. And don't let all the funny looking people in the channel scare you. The green ones are not contagious, but they don't mind being that way. And the gray ones, like Florida 360, they turn green on occasion too. So fear not. And the blue ones, they're okay, except for that Nightbot. Anyway, on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes if I don't fall asleep. Somebody nudge me if I fall asleep. Anyway, I'll be back. Don't go away. Thanks. I was not responsible for that picture. Oh, welcome back, everyone, and glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and no, I was not responsible for that picture. I blame Leo. He sent it. It's his fault. Thank you for the welcome backs from Scott Hardman and Leo Carlson and Sue and Kevin and Grenzed and Sandra Rockland, welcome, and Anita Coulard. Oh boy, that last name, Anita, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And thanks to Florida 360. That is awesome. And one fish, one fish at 26-1. And that is cool. Anyway, let's go find some more volcano stuff that we were talking about. We were looking at Iceland. Iceland is a pretty place. But let's have a look at the harmonic tremor charts and see what's going on there. And I'm going to refresh them before we go there. And let's see, there we go, refreshed. First off, there's Astia. And Astia, of course, looking pretty busy with a bunch of spikes and some heavy activity going on there. Well, maybe it'll pop yet. We'll see. Keep your fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens in the future. And that is cool to see a lot of activity, a bunch of different quakes in the area, so we'll see what it does. Judy M, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Glad that you thawed out and are able to get back in the stream. Let's see what else we got here. Let's take a look at a Eruption. I know that place, right? That is pretty busy too. Look at those spikes in here. Makes you wonder what the heck we got going on here at Eruption. Of course, that's where our wonderful Ragnar and Siggy Fisher are. And our most favorite area of the whole area in Iceland. So pretty awesome to see a little bit of activity there, and maybe even on the upswing. We'll see what happens. Is Leo going to work? Okay, it's time for me to get off to work. I must go. Good night, all. Appreciate all the oink oink or all here. Yeah, okay, no problem, Leo. Off to work you go. As I said this morning, it's I-O. Off to work I go. And that's the way it works. Oh, wow, Kevin Haynes gifted one membership as well. That's awesome, Kevin. Thank you. Very kind. And Tanto got it. Tanto, we haven't seen Tanto for a little bit, but Tanto is from France. Hopefully Tanto will show up. And that would be nice. I think Tanto maybe froze to death. Oh boy, Kevin Haynes. I'm just still writing that down. Let me finish with that. Multitasking is not my forte today. Anyway, beautiful looking activity there. Let's take a look at some of the other charts as we're going down. I think the next one we'll stop on is taking a look at Grimsey. Northernmost point there in Iceland, of course, out on its own little island, and we see it definitely had an uptick in some of the activity going on there, plus a quake that we see here somewhere around noonish in the area, not necessarily right on the island of Grimsey, but it is there. Let's carry on and see. Oh, somebody finally got out there and kicked the Grindavik sensor. Let's hope it'll keep going. That'd be nice if it'll keep going, and that is awesome. So if it was Yona, thank you. If it was Alex, thank you. Not sure who kicked it. So hopefully they've fixed it. And the next one on our list to take a quick look at, of course, is on the other side of our Fragedalfjeld, and that would be Krusevik. And we'll see what Krusevik is doing. Where is it? There it is. There's the Krusevik chart. Okay, the spike on there is a lot bigger than ours was on Fragedalfjeld. So the quake probably happened in that area. It too is showing about the same uptick though, but also down in activity here. And that is likely tectonic in nature from what we see there. It's a long distance virtual kick dock. Oh, well, not for, yeah, for you maybe, Sarah, but for someone like Alex or Jona, who is in Iceland. They are just to the south end of Reykjavik there. It's only about, I don't know, 45 minutes away by car. That'd be a pretty quick little trip. Nice there, too. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, that's what we're seeing right there. So pretty interesting. Let's go have what if the sensor is solar powered, it may be dependent on weather. Actually, most of those have pretty good battery packs and solar panels on them. And the weather has been, I don't know, kind of in and out, but it's always raining there in Iceland. That's something to keep in mind. But we've had some good weather the last few days, Dan, so it should have kicked in a couple of days ago if that's the case. So, you know, at least I would have thought so. You kicked your heels up yesterday celebrating your birthday and kicked Grindavik en route. Oh, wow, that is possible. Anyway, there we go. That's what we've got. Let's go over to the earthquakes, see what's shaking. And we do have a bunch of shaking going on. So let's try to make heads or tails out of it. We do see in the last 24 hours we had 86 quakes, and that is interesting. So let's start out. I know everybody looks at the big one right here, but let's start out over here on Reykjanes Peninsula, or a little bit out into the water. We had a 9.2 kilometers down at 1700. Then we had a 0.73, and that is from 1224. Hey, while I'm on here, let's turn on the seismometers so you can see where they're located, and the plate boundary, and that is that big fat red line there. Anyway, this one 3.7 kilometers down, and of course then we get a little closer to other stuff. There's the international airport, Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jardvik, and of course over here you can see Grindavik and the Blue Lagoon, and of course where did that sensor go? That's not the Grindavik one. Where's the Grindavik sensor? I've lost it. Is that it? No, that is not the Grindavik one. Alright, where'd the Grindavik sensor go? There it is. No, that's not it either. That it? No. Alright, somebody's hiding it. They're hiding the Grindavik sensor. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's by the towers. Yeah, so that's not so hard to get to. You can actually drive down the road here, hop out, go over and give it a kick. And I promise the Navy won't shoot you while you're doing it. That's in the fenced-in yard, those antennas. Anyway, we had a 0.63, 7 kilometers down, 1:40 a.m. there, not too far away from the Blue Lagoon, which is right there, and the power plant. And so, other side of the hill, and this is a fairly large hill, 192 or 197 meters in height, 600 feet roughly. We had a 0.16, 3.6 kilometers down there. And that wouldn't have really given us a big spike in our wonderful charts there. So Anyway, that's our Fragile Ragnar is right there. Siggy Fisher is these three together. And there's the Fragile sensor. And we don't see anything around it. Nothing at showing at Kristevik either. So that is kind of interesting that we don't see anything at Kristevik. Moving over a little bit more, we see a 0.6, 10.8 kilometers down, 2113. And then there's a 0.4, 3.4 kilometers down from 1613. Next one over is a 0.81, 4 kilometers down from 2:01 a.m. Leaving those, moving a little further east, we see from 2151, 1.1, and it's 1.1 kilometers down. And then we got a 2, or 0.2, sorry, 7.2 kilometers down from 2252. Moving on, we see a 0.64, 7 kilometers down, 1:33 a.m., a 0.1, 5.5 kilometers down from 1911, then a magnitude 1, 1.1 kilometers down from 1704. Let's grab this 1.4 out here in the water. 1815 was the time on that, 5.2 kilometers down for him. And then we'll do this one here, a 0.7, 1.1 kilometers down, and that is at 2022. And then there's the one that is so hard to pronounce, and of course that is what do we call it? It's Eyjafjallajökull. Eyjafjallajökull. There we go. I got it. Eyjafjallajökull. Anyway, 1.78, 0.7 of a kilometer down, or 749 meters, and that is at 1356 at Eyjafjallajökull. Oh, such a hard name. Anyway, 1900 we had a 1.9, 5.2 kilometers down, and then we get over here to the Katla area. And of course, that looks pretty darn busy. Let's start out 0.3, 1.1 kilometers down, 1610. We got a 0.9, 5.2 kilometers down, and that was from 1503. Then we got a 0.4, 2.5 kilometers down, 1956. 2.6, actually 2.06, 73 meters down, likely ice movement. And that is at 5:39 a.m. for him. We'll grab this, a 0.2 up here, 5.2 kilometers down, 1826. We'll get this one on the outskirts. That is a 2.4, 1.1 kilometers down, 1611 is the time on that one. So let's have a look at our bigger stuff in here. Well, let's look at all of it. 1309.56, 9.55 kilometers down, 1.7, 1.2 kilometers down, 1846, 1.3, 300 meters down from 1819, and then we've got another 0.8 here, 1.1 kilometers down from 2015. Next one is a 1.4, 1.1 kilometers down, 1817. And then we've got a 1.7, 1.1 kilometers down from 1830. And let's carry on another 1.1, 3.6 kilometers down, 2209. Another 1.1 from 2.3 kilometers down at 1631. 1.2, 1.1 kilometers down, 1629. 1.8, 1.1 kilometers down from 1635, and 2 in magnitude, 1.1 kilometers down from 1829. All happened around that same time. This one's a little different. 1013, 1.6, 42 meters down. And let's get into some of the bigger ones here. A 3.33, and it happened to be 33 meters down. And it happened at 1611:33. Is there any 33s involved here? That's likely ice movement at 33 meters down. Next one, 135 meters down, 2.53. And that is from a 1612. Thank you for the 5-minute warning, Tom. 1626, we had a 3.41. 144 meters down, also likely ice movement. And this 2.45, 135 meters down, likely ice again at 1613. Then we've got this one at 2208. That is a 2.24, 135 meters down, and then we got a point, what is it, a 2.69, 135 meters down, 1827, and did we get this big one, 3.4, 144 meters down, 1626, I think we might have, and then we got a couple more here. 2.98, 135 meters down, 2203, and from 1829, 2.9, 135 meters down. Likely those are all, well, most of those are ice. If they're up in those high ranges, 33 is a good number. And yeah, Sharon, it is. A matter of fact, if you consider 3, the number 3 is often used with the Masons, and I don't know if you know who the Masons are, but you know, engineering types. Take a look at a triangle. How many points does it have? 3. And so there you go. Anyway, that's kind of it for that area. We got that 2.4. Let's take a look at this a 1.1 kilometers down, 2134. And then we move up a little bit. We see another little swarm right here. I wonder if that's ice movement as well. 2.1, 1.1 kilometers down, 1611 for him. 1631 for a 0.8, 11.9 kilometers down. That is definitely not ice. And 1925, we had a magnitude 1, 3.3 kilometers down. And let's zoom into that and get rid of that for a second. There we go. All right, 1.03, 5.2 kilometers down, 1414. Then we got a 0.8, 4 kilometers down, 1919. We've got from 828, a 1.63, 4.2 kilometers down. Next one is 2.07, 4.5 kilometers down, 927. And this one from 2251, a 1.3, 4 kilometers down. And let's get this older ones here, 0.87, 4.1 clicks down, 2:39 a.m. And the other one here from 9:23 a.m. magnitude 0.72, 4.26 kilometers down. So that kind of gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. And yeah, most of it, well, these are deeper, so definitely something brewing underneath. We aren't seeing anything here directly at Grimsbotn or at Bardabunga. But we do have a couple of shakers here at Askja, and not as many as I would expect considering their chart. This one, 0.54, 5.6 kilometers down, not shallow enough, 1542. Then we've got a 1.43, 3 kilometers down, 5:57 this morning. At 6:36 we had a 1.02, 2.7 kilometers down, and then a 0.13, 5 kilometers down from 3:40 a.m. You know, for a volcano that's supposed to be popping pretty soon, I'm not seeing the rise in the magma, not fast enough. Anyway, 0.14 and 7.9 kilometers down, 6:23 a.m. there, and a 0.22, 6.6 kilometers down, 8:16 a.m. And that leaves us with this stuff. It is time for a break. So everything north of Herdebreit will be after the break, and we'll see what we've got. And there are a few yet, so we'll take a look at those. I'm surprised Askja is not going, and that is kind of a shame. But hey, we'll do our thing. Yes, Sharon, I see C33. Okay, you see, yes, we all see a 33. Of course, a 33 is the important number for all of us, and 33 is, well, let's see, oh, hang on, I can't draw on there, is this, and I'll see if it'll work here. There's the Bermuda Triangle. No, that's the Mason's signal. Anyway, all right. I'm going to take that break. After the break, we're going to have bacon seeds, you guys. So you can enjoy that. And, of course, then we can maybe even take a look. Oh, I'm going to cancel that or put that on hold for a second. And then you can guess what. Oh no, you don't want to guess at that one. Let's see, and let's get rid of that. That is just some show-off guy there trying to show off being on a rocket. Oh, Grandma B gifted one membership. Thank you, Grandma B. Grandma B gifted one. That is awesome, and Michael Hill got it. I don't know why that picture is on there. Let's get rid of them. Eliminated. Alright, where is the picture I want? This should be the picture I want. Why is that not working? I got too many other pictures. I gotta remove some. Let's see if this is the right one. Will that go up there? Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, that's what's going to come up. You guys can figure that one out. But in the meantime, we will put you back on to the Lavally Lava. I'll even start it up and let it play. How about that? On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If you have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting it. And that'd be awesome. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, I already said that. Never mind. I'm going for a break. I'm tired. That's the problem. I'm tired. Somebody have a nap for me, okay? I'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. By the way, the squirrel came and ate his cookies again today. I'll be back. Mountain Dew gives Tom wings. Oh, welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And yes, I sound tired because I am. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Kevin. And hey, how come I haven't seen I Hear You, DrFox2000, Sharon Stewart yet? Thank you. Oh, there she is. I knew she was coming. And thanks, Scott Hartman, and of course, Sharon Stewart. There it is. Yep, slightly delayed, but it got there. That is awesome. Anyway, thanks, One Fish 26-1. Oh, it's one of those days. Anyway, get it? It's one of those days. Henry Nelson saying, now I'm awake. Henry, did you have a Mountain Dew? Okay, let's pause our lava. I like having the power, even in my sleep, to be able to stop a volcano in its tracks. And let's go over and have a look at the bacon seeds and see what Piggy sent us today. Of course, this is the last one from yesterday, and Piggy has, oh, I got the hiccups. Piggy has sent me more, so let's see what we got. It's a do, somebody a do. Wonky say, you are stranded on an island in the middle of the sea. The volcano starts erupting and 3 little pigs swim ashore. How many are you, what are you after the last eruption? Oh, how many are you after the last eruption? Wow, after the last one or this one? That is a tough question, Wonky Donkey. I think me and the 3 little piggies would make a raft and float away. I don't know. That's a trick question. I'm too tired for questions. Don't ask me that, Wonky Donkey. And take that. Send me back my wheelbarrow. Where is it? Anyway, Piggy sent some pictures, so let's go have a look at the first one. And oh, look at that little guy. He's a little porker, and he's got a big brother watching over him. Gotta love those. And a pig and a duck walk into the bar. Okay. I'm waiting for the rest of it, Florida 360. And next bacon seed, of course, is this one. Or hang on, and that seems to be what? He bopped the dog's nose in it. Ah, cool. That seems to be a cat. How hungry do you feel? Well, I don't feel hungry at all. I had something to eat. Matter of fact, I ate the rest of my lunch. I bought a donair for lunch, and those things were fairly big, so I had to leave half of it, and I ate it when I got home. In Alberta, what happened in Alberta? Okay, and this is our next bacon seed. Of course, that dog likes to play with his piggy, and the piggy looks like he's having some fun too. Awesome stuff, and that is really cool. Dan says, what? Good name for a baby pig, Hamlet. Oh, yes, Hamlet. Yeah, that sounds Shakespearean. If you ever had a Shakespearean experience. The pig asks, is there a doctor in the bar? Uh-oh. This is going to get serious. Too many questions. There's the pig asking if there's a doctor in the bar. And the dog replies, no, Hamlet is here. Something wrong with that stick. It's kind of bent. Maybe that's what the pig is laughing at. All right, that is Yeah, pretty awesome. And here's another dog getting walked all over. Or either that or he's getting a back massage. I could use one of them right now. A masseuse piggy. That is awesome. And what do we got next? I like the masseuse idea. Oh, and after a good massage, of course, you cuddle up and smile and go to sleep. The duck stands up and says, "You finish, LOL." Okay. You finish? I'm not Finnish, I'm German. All right, Florida 360, I know. Bad humor, bad puns. But I like this shot. That actually looks pretty nice. That little bacon seed has a nice smile on his face, and they are looking pretty good. And here's another bacon seed and his companion. And yeah, that is pretty awesome. Dog not hungry, no. And we have one last bacon seed for you for today, and that will be this one. And that again is a smaller dog and a smaller pig, and they're buddies too. The pig is smiling, and the dog looks like he's missing out on a treat. And he's looking for bacon bits, hoping to get some. That is awesome. Anyway, let's get back over to our wonderful Iceland and finish off those earthquakes. And so we got everything up to here, and that of course is Astia, and just below. And now we're going to look at the stuff just north of Herdebreit. We see a 0.53, 8.1 kilometers down, a 0.24, 8.2 kilometers down at 2:59 a.m. This one from 5:50 a.m., 0.24, 11.1 clicks down, a 0.27 from 8:39 a.m., 14.4 kilometers down, 0.61, 4.1 kilometers down, 8:40 a.m., 0.75, 6.2 kilometers down from 1:30 in the morning, 1.01, 4 kilometers down, 18 minutes after 11 a.m., then 0.78, 3.1 kilometers down, 8:12 a.m., 0.58, 6.3 kilometers, 6.2 kilometers down, and that is at 13:28. And then we've got a 0.6 right here, 5.8 kilometers down. That's a brand new quake, 3 minutes after midnight on the 10th. And then we've got this one here, a little bit more shallow, 1.1 kilometers. It's a 1.4 magnitude from 1426. Then slide over there, we got a 0.8, also 1.1 kilometers down, 2237. And another 0.8, 5.1 kilometers down, 2022 for that guy. And let's see what's further up north. 0.49, 4.8 kilometers down, 8:15 a.m. And that is good for him. We got this bigger 2.69, 9.4 kilometers down, 12:45. And then we've got a bunch of little stuff all around it. 0.62, 13.3 kilometers down from 1319. And then we've got this 0.82, 6.6 clicks down at 2:04 a.m. And then 0.69, 10.5 kilometers down from 1309. And a 0.75, 10.1 kilometers down from 1303. And then we've got this one, 1.29 and 10.6 kilometers down, 8:08 a.m. Then 0.97, 7.5 kilometers down from 10:32. And the closest one to Grimsey, that is a 1.12, 14.7 kilometers down at 12:42. That would have been that one that's spiked up there for them on the chart. This one is a 1.06, 14.4 kilometers down, 9:24 a.m. So that's our quakes for our wonderful Iceland, and a lot of ice movement there. At least that's what I'm assuming at Katla, in that wonderful ice field we were looking at earlier. So save on the tiny earthquake swarms if you're tired. Moving along. Yep. Well, we're done with earthquakes, so I'm moving along. Too late now. When I get tired, I read everything, right? Let's carry on to the next ones. Take a look here in the Azores. See if we got any new quakes. I'm going to refresh that. I'm not going to bother with the pictures. And we do see a couple of them. And one on 22 hours ago, 2.0 on the island of St. George or Sao Jorge. 14 kilometers down for that guy. And then over here on our wonderful Tercera, we see a 2.1, 12 kilometers down for him. And we'll leave that be. And it's pretty yucky conditions there in the Azores, weather-wise. And yeah, we're not going to see anything on there. That camera's already turned us into a pumpkin. And moving on, the next one we got on the list is going over here. A very cloudy Popocatépetl, and I'm looking for where the heck that is. It's amongst all the other ones with clouds. There we go. Going back a little bit though, it was fairly nice earlier. Not anything really major going on there either. We did see some eruptive activity. Hard to tell though, with some of that being real cloud, others being non-clouds and just gaseous problems from the volcano. This one here, again, hard to tell what's what unless you watch it all the way through. We do know that it was continuing to throw out some kind of a bad gas. Really didn't see any lava coming out of this thing. Even earlier this morning in the wee hours, nothing noticed. So, yeah, this was 7:30 in the morning. Really nothing fantastic. And here's another one at 7:20. So you can see it is continuing to off gas to its thing. Hey, Brendan Gray, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Tatungwangha and Tananga, which is which are on the same island. Oh, are they? I didn't know that. As well as the volcano called Trident, and yeah, those are up in Alaska, all of them. Yep, Alaskan stuff. But they're not erupting, so they're not like this. There's nothing coming out. Let's go over to our next one here. This one, of course, is not live. This is live here. So, yeah, we're not going to see much out of Fuego, which, of course, is, if it is erupting, it's hard to tell. Earlier this morning, this is kind of the picture, just about 12 noon for that one. And in the early morning hours, we didn't see a heck of a lot going on. This was what we were kind of looking at. And that was at 8:51. Really nothing else that I could spot that was of interest. This one a little bit earlier, 7:43. And no big plumes. I didn't watch that much last night, so don't know what it was doing during the night. Anyway, this one here, Messiah Volcano, really not seeing anything in it. Other than there's a little bit of a glow there on the present shot from 1918-48 today. So that is what we've got there. And while we're looking at volcanoes, let's take a look at this other bit. And this is San Miguel Volcano in El Salvador. Near constant eruption. Eruptions continue Explosive eruption at the volcano continues at roughly irregular intervals. Surveillance camera, on what is it, San Salvador, Ministerio, whatever it is, are being observed, observed ash eruption from the summit crater. Heights of the gray ash plumes are unknown, as they weren't reported to the VAAC nor the Volcano Observatory, but from the attached video from March 8, they seem to be rising several hundred meters above the vent. And let's take a look first at this photo. That looks pretty awesome. You can definitely see there's a lot of ash in those eruptions. And let's see, that's not the same volcano. That's Krakatoa. Krakatau. Let's go take a look at this though. Will it show us? Yep, and we get to see it. Let's see if we get a full screen on that. There we go. And that's one of the Twitter feeds that supplied them with a little bit of data there for the volcano. Anyway, that is from volcanodiscovery.com, and definitely gives you a pretty good idea. That's a little bit of a time lapse, by the way, just so you know. That's not how quick it was coming out. Not yet out. Maybe they will be lucky and one or two will erupt. Yep, would be nice. Thanks, Tom, for that 5-minute warning, by the way. And yeah, some nice plumage coming out of El Salvador there for our wonderful volcano and San Miguel. And that'd be interesting if we get to see it pop a little bit more. Okay, we'll leave that guy be. We'll head over to our next one. I'm just going to do a little maintenance here before we do that, and get things back in line. And let's see, where is it? It looks like that. All right, I have a picture that looks like that. There we go. We can put the two together. And that is, of course, Merapi. And Merapi, I don't know. It looks clear, and when it's clear, it stops erupting. Go figure, eh? There it is by itself, and looks pretty awesome. Let's get into the darkness of nighttime here, and of course they did have some lava flow. Let's back that up just a little bit. 10, 20, 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more. I want to see if it was actually coming out the top. Looks like it came off of that spot right there. So whatever is coming off the very top, it didn't pop out there. This definitely flowed down the side of the mountain. This is at 4:19 in the morning, and looked pretty awesome to be able to see Merapi making us happy. And I love the stars in the background. That is pretty awesome. You know, as of late, it's always been cloudy when we look at this thing, and for a change, there are stars up in that sky, and there is bacon coming down the hill, so that is pretty awesome. Hey, Cookster Littlefield, welcome. And yeah, that's actually a fairly long bacon, and it looked like it made it just about all the way down to the bottom there, so pretty awesome to see that for a change, and without clouds. Quick look back to see if I could spot anything else. There were a couple more shots there that were very similar. Let's see if we can get those going. Here's another one, and this is at 2:21 a.m. And again, we'll expedite that by just moving ahead a little bit so we can see that. It is a time for a break, you guys, so we'll undo that, and I think we'll be okay with looking at Merapi. Earlier than that, it was in the clouds, but at least it made us happy for a change. So that is all cool. Anyway, don't go away. Keep smiling. I'm going to put our canned lava back on. You can enjoy that for the time being. I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'm going to have a 3-minute nap and then a 2-minute Pepsi drinking session, and I will be back. For those who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting it if you haven't done that yet. And then also for the new people that are lurking in, please do consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I will be back in a few minutes. Don't go away. Thanks. Okay, I've got that microphone back on, and I put up my picture there just to see if anyone recognizes that volcano. And thank you for the welcome backs from Kevin and Sue, and hi to EC, and aloha Kathy, from my volcano to your home. Awesome. And I hear you, DrFox2000, from Sharon Stewart. About time. Cookster Littlefield, you are pushy today. Again. Still. And thank you for the welcome back. Anyway, okay, nobody's guessed it. Okay, you got 30 seconds to guess the volcano. Clock is running. I got 2 in mind, Dr. Fox. 2? Ha! It's not 2, it's only 1. All right, you guys are running out of time. Quick, somebody tell me which volcano that is. Oh, boy. It's not Fuego. No. Sue says I got nothing. EC says M. EC, be nice. Not Sakurajima, not Etna, not Bob, not no, not SJ, not Fiji, not Stromboli. No. Okay. I guess time's up. No, not Montserrat either. Okay. Anyone that really knows, go ahead and say it now. No, it's not Merapi. No, not Merapi. No, definitely not Merapi. No, it's not Karangatangang. No, it's not a Karangatang. Sorry. Oh boy, you guys are not doing it today. It's not Popo, it's not Vesuvius, no. No, Vesuvius has a much bigger caldera. Starts with J, no, doesn't start with J. What? Boshby in Florida. No, Florida 360. It's not Semeru. EC, is it related to Maya? I don't know if it's related to Maya. It's, hang on, I will give you the actual name of it. Let me get that lined up on the actual map here, and we'll give it to you on the volcano map. And Sue, you got it. It's Mayon. There you go. And for those who don't know, we will show that to you on the map. And it is in a yellow state of activeness, and it lives right here. And let's zoom in on it, and we can take a look. And it's a Mayon National Park, and there is what it looks like when we're not watching it erupt. And that is a kind of a neat volcano. So that is it right there, and that is pretty awesome. And yeah, it starts with M, of course. EC, I figure you knew. Anyway, that is where it is. It's in the Philippines. It's Mayon, and that is one of the ones we have a lot of SO2 gas from. It's a gassy one, unfortunately. So anyway, let's go back to our other stuff. Hang on, let's see. That, of course, is the picture over at our other one that we always look at, and that is Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. It's a no-go, and it didn't matter where I went back to. It did not want to show itself today, so it's hiding behind the clouds. We'll leave it a be. Anyway, I did refresh the tremor chart here for our wonderful Taupo, and we have seen an increase in activity here. Not much, granted, but a slight increase. You know, it's still not showing up anything like this. It's still just a tiny bit of an increase. But let's see what it looks like there today. And there it is. And that'll work. And you can see all those rain clouds. Definitely some ducky weather, if you're asking me. The lake, of course, is the caldera for Taupo. And the center is kind of off behind that pole there, way past that spit of land going out, but somewhere out there in the middle. Not where the island is, but somewhere out here. So that is where we are looking, and that is all good for right now. I want to make this one smaller. Let's go over to our next one. And of course, that is our wonderful Semaru. Where are you, Semaru? Let's make you bigger. And there's a Semaru, and definitely some clouds on it today. There were a few puffs that came out earlier. Let's see if we can get you back to one that happened not too long ago here. I'm just trying to, there it is. That wasn't too bad. I actually wanted to see if it threw out any lava just right at the beginning of that. And I don't see any lava bombs flying, but it is a nice clear picture, and it's nice to be able to see the eruptive activity continuing there at Semaru. And that is some pretty heavy-duty pluming coming out and so on, so we like it. And let's see if we can find a little bit more activity from there from earlier. And let's see, here's another, this is a little bit bigger blast, I think. This one, again, I want to see the start of it, see if there was any lava thrown out. I don't see any lava bombs. We do see a little bit of a spillage over the edge right over in this side, but I'm not seeing anything major coming out of there or thrown around. No bomb drop spots anywhere, so really don't think it's doing too much other than off-gassing at that point in time. Here's another one a little bit earlier. This one, I don't know how close I am to it time-wise, but we'll see if we can find it real quick. And that was with clouds moving in, or, well, there it is. And yeah, we seen just a little spark of lava as it was erupting there, but nothing at the beginning. Most of it, again, being smoke and tephra being ejected and doing its thing. That was a fairly healthy plume coming out of there. If you continued to watch it, you'd be able to see that, but we're not going to spend that much time. It is a nice shot, but definitely time-consuming to watch each and every one of these. And we have more that we've seen, you know, time and time again. It was doing its thing, so there you could see a couple lava bombs flying out. There's a landing spot here, another one there, and I wonder if there was a little bit of a burp. Oh yeah, there's some lava. Let's let that play again. There you can see it, and that is definitely got a whole bunch more lava in there. And that was from 4:56 a.m. Of course, well moonlit scene, so it's deceiving as to what time it really is. And that was pretty awesome. And you can see some of that bacon rolling in the little cracks here, and you can even see the spot that landed over here. Wouldn't have wanted to be in the way of those lava bombs. Anyway, that is pretty cool. Let's see if we can find one or two more of those. Let's back this one up a little bit. If we go back a shot or two here. So about here we should be able to see it. And there comes the eruption at 4:35 a.m. That one looked like it was a little bit more of a slow gaseous one, although you can see some glow in that caldera, and a little bit of bacon still dribbling down here from just beforehand. Let's see if we can get to that guy. It had multiple puffs again, right? So trying to go back and get each and every one is going to be way too much time. I just want to find a couple of the larger ones. Hopefully they're not in the clouds. That one is, unfortunately, another lenticular cloud trying to build itself around that volcano at that point in time. Let's see if we can back it up to see the lava coming out. Yeah, just a little bit more here. There. Okay, we'll leave it from this point on. Forest Sailor, welcome, and that's a spicy volcano. Look at the lava bomb that just took off on this side. There it goes. Into the cloud, and hits way over here. So if you were the cameraman over there, you just got hit. Not good, not good. Don't be there. That is pretty dangerous up there. So pretty awesome to see that though. And let's see, there were a couple more here that were not bad, that I kind of peeked at earlier. Let's let that one play. Whoop, I'll back up a little bit more. There we go. And there you can see it starting to whip out and do its thing. And there it goes. Maybe, sort of. It's boiling over. And throwing a little bit of magma out. There's a bunch of little lava bombs coming out, but nothing really, really big from this one. But still worthy of watching. This is 2:30 in the morning their time, so pretty cool. And we like that kind of stuff. And I'm happy it's a full moon because we can kind of get the best of the color world in there and still be able to see the contours of the mountain itself and so on. So pretty awesome that way. And nice lava in the bowl. Definitely worthy of taking a look at. Anyway, probably a few others there. Oh, hang on, this might have been a little bit bigger one that we can go back to. Yeah, let's look at this one. This was a sizable, so we'll let that play. This is at 1:27 a.m. and somewhere right around now it should pop. No, there it goes. And that was a little bit bigger eruption. Again, you can see the lava bombs being thrown out and so on. So pretty cool. We like it. Hey, Mark the Shark is in. Welcome, aloha to you. And for those good people who are popping in, please do hit that like button. Always helps out. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to super chat. If you come in late, you have to super chat at least $1 million. And or at least finance my next volcano trip. I'm kidding. I'm very tired. I do that when I get tired. It's all right. You only have to finance 75% of it. We'll get the rest of the money somewhere else. Anyway, awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of what we've got happening there. I don't think I had anything else that I wanted to share from there. There's a couple more little pops, but those, oh, hang on, this might have been a little bit bigger one here. I might have missed that one a little earlier here. Let's see if we can show that. Okay, we'll let this one, and then after this we'll go to Japan. Actually, after this, we'll let that sit there, and I'm going to read your volcano report for today. And let's see if we can get on to that. And then actually we're not going to go to Japan, we're going to go to Alaska. But here's your volcano report for yesterday. So last night we had, 13 updates from Smithsonian and USGS. Okay, so, oh, hang on, late Wednesday and Thursday activity. All right, late Wednesday activity, we had 6 volcanoes. Fuego, light volcanic ash emissions, 15,000 feet, or 4,600 meters, reported at 18:15. Tananga and the Aleutian Islands of Alaska, we have a special report on that from 1930. We'll take a look at that. Shivlush on the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia, volcanic ash continues to 13,000 feet, or 4,000 meters, reported at 2100. Suwanosejima in Japan erupted to 7,000 feet, or 2,100 meters, reported at 2,100, my bad, no, 2230, I'm looking at the wrong line. Dakono in Indonesia continues volcanic ash to 7,000 feet, 2,100 feet, or 2,100 meters, at 2,300 is the time. And Popocatépetl in Mexico, volcanic ash emissions observed to 24,000 feet, or 7,300 meters, reported at 2,300. And then we had a bunch of other stuff for today. Sabancaya in Peru, intermittent emissions reported at midnight, as well as at 12 noon. Ibu in Indonesia, a volcanic ash to 7,000 meters, or 7,000 feet, 2,100 meters, reported at midnight. Shivlush in Kamchatka Peninsula, again, a volcanic ash emissions are not identifiable by satellite. I don't know why they do that. Reported at midnight. Sangay volcano in Ecuador, volcanic ash emissions to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters at midnight. Reventador in Ecuador as well, volcanic ash emissions to 15,000 feet, or 4,600 meters, reported at 12:30 in the morning. Fuego in Guatemala, volcanic ash emissions continue to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, reported at 5:30, 15,000 feet, or 4,600 meters, at 11:45, and 15,000 feet, or 4,600 meters, at 17:45. Popocatépetl continues with a new volcanic ash emissions to 20,000 feet, or 6,100 meters, at 7:15 a.m., and then 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters, at 13:30, or 1:30 in the afternoon. Suwanosejima in Japan erupted to 6,000 feet, or 1,800 meters, at 8:30. And then volcanic activity continues. Strong thermal anomalies within the crater reported at 9 a.m. erupted to 6,000 feet, or 1,800 meters, again at 1,500. And Stromboli in on Aeolian Island in Italy, see a separate report. We gotta do that too. Hey, look at all that lava coming down the hill all of a sudden. It's a good thing I left it on here. And San Miguel, and that was El Salvador. Hey, we missed that one somehow, some way. Or did we do that? From 9:09 a.m. Yeah, we did that. That was the big puff. And Karangatang, and that is in Siau Island, North Indonesia. Volcanic ash to 8,000 feet, or 2,400 meters. Alert level minimum remains. Alert level remains at 3. Sorry, reported at 10:15 today. So that is it for the volcano report. Oh, what? This is the Smithsonian one? Holy mackerel, I'm not reading all that. Forget it. I'm too tired for that. Thanks, but that's okay there, Sue. That is way too long. I'm too tired. Can't do it. Anyway, that is what we were seeing from our wonderful Semaru. Do that tomorrow? Okay, if I can remember. Just drop it back in the email for tomorrow if you want, and then we can have a look at it, and we'll go from there. So anyway, that is our wonderful Semaru. I did try to see if Madame Rutsa was on earlier, and I didn't see her, but she is live now, and there are commercials, so we will have to avoid them. And there's more commercials. We can probably skip them very shortly. There we go. And we can get this to a normal screen. There it is. There is your Taal volcano. And that is compliments of Madame Rutsa, showing it from the edge of Taal Lake. And the caldera would be hiding in there somewhere. There's the highest peak on Taal, which is only about 1,100 feet tall, and if that. But we don't see any big emissions coming out. Doesn't mean there isn't anything. And that would be pretty much it for Taal today. Nice view though. For a change, clear and nice to see. Unfortunately, nothing happening. So let's leave that one be. Let's go over to Japan, and we'll hurry along. It's a break time, you guys, and I need to take that break. I'm very tired today. We will do our thing here though. Let's see. The ice cream boats are in. That's important. We have one ice cream boat in, and you guys are welcome to run down there for an ice cream if you like. And just remember, go down the road here, down there, hang a left, and get down there. And if you drop your ice cream or something, the hazmat team is right in that building over there, so they'll clean it up for you. Anyway, don't go away. Don't do a long show, Doc. No, I'm gonna shorten things up. We'll do very quick Japan, and then we're going to maybe just glance at the earthquakes. I want to do the little report on Alaska, of course, and then we'll go from there. So don't go away, you guys. Hit that like button if you haven't done that yet. I'm gonna put you back on some canned lava though in the meantime. And that, of course, was our wonderful volcano for the day. And let's put it back onto this. So hang in there, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000. For those who need to know, we got 2 bunnies down in Bunnyland. And good night, all. Stay safe. Good night, Tom. And you take care. Here comes some music. Hit the like button. Send me millions of dollars in super chats, and I'll be happy. And I'll be back soon. Don't go away. Thanks. microphone is back on. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. And hey, old mummy of hamsters is here. Welcome, and thank you for the welcome back. And thanks, Sue. And I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. And anyway, let's progress and keep going with our wonderful stream. And we'll go over to this place. It's the wonderful Italian area called Stromboli, and that's on Aeolian Island, and it is a Stromboli with moonlight. Everyone always likes Stromboli with moonlight. Thank you, Kathy, and Cananesca's Country, and Cookster. I punched your time card for you, Doc. Thanks. Appreciate that, Cookster. I'm very tired today, so I would have forgotten that. Anyway, yep, a little bit of activity there, and we like it. So, Stromboli doing Strombolian things. We can actually see in the thermal today, which is really nice. We can actually probably make that just a bit bigger to be able to see that better. And come on, you can do it. There we go. And nice activity there. And of course, that is the same spot, so you can see what it looks like with regular eyeballs in the moonlight. Anyway, the report is what Sue sent, and Sue is so strict. She's cracking the whip. She says, you gotta do this, so I'm doing it. Anyway, okay, Stromboli, a volcano in Italy, yet another short-lived lava flow on, what is it, Sciarra del Fuoco, yesterday, and that was on the 8th. So you can see that this was some pretty immense pyroclastic flow. There's the picture of it, and that happened at 5:54 a.m. That looked pretty awesome, and very interesting report. So pretty cool to see that. I'm kind of surprised that it would have had that pyroclastic flow at that point. Didn't see enough rain to really get things mucky, but that's okay. Satellite image showing the lava flow from Stromboli, or on Stromboli, however you want to say it. This one was from the 8th, so that gives you a pretty good idea. And yep, a lot of hot ash and everything else. Old mummy of hamsters. Stuff you wouldn't want to be in. It's like a blast furnace. And there, that is not Stromboli. That's a little vent. Let's leave that alone. Anyway, so they were talking about another short-lived lava flow erupted from the volcano yesterday, but already ended as of this morning. It seems that the surge of magma arrived at the summit vent, causing a partial collapse of the northern crater rim, which in turn generated a small pyroclastic flow, hot avalanche of hot rocks and ash, basically, and traveled down the Sciarra del Fuoco and land, what allowed the overflow of lava to form a flow descending towards the sea. So looked pretty cool, pretty impressive. Let's leave that there. Let's go to the other place that I wanted to go to, and actually let's just change that picture for a second as soon as I find it. I wanted to show this photo, and of course this is of Pavlov today. So that happened at 14:03:55, or 14:04 if you want to call it that. Nice clean shot of a very snowy Pavlov So that is what we were seeing there. Now I tried to get a shot of the other guy, and that's Tananga, and unfortunately it was raining there at Tananga, so we get a raindrop on the lens right where we want to see it, right in the business end. So unfortunately it is just what we got. Anyway, let's look at Tananga real quick for those who are interested. Tananga volcano, March 9th, and says it's a stratovolcano, 1,806 meters or 5,900 feet tall. It's considered restless, a 2 out of 5. Tanga volcano, or Tananga volcano, is the second largest volcano in the central Aleutians. Okay, it is the highest of 3 younger stratovolcanoes oriented along roughly an east-west line, and all that nice stuff. Anyway, let's see, no big activity. Does show a bunch of earthquakes in the area, so you can peruse that if you like. Quick shot of this. Let's see if, will that go bigger? Let's zoom in on it, and you can kind of see the east-west line there of volcanoes, and there's a Tananga. Not sure what these other quakes are doing over there, but that is the quakes, and that is where it is. Gives you a little bit of an idea of what's going on there, and we'll leave that guy be. What is this? I was looking at some other stuff for Tananga, but didn't find anything. Here's the other one that is up there. No pictures, but it's Takawangha volcano, and that's a Tananga Island, and that is the same island, and the activity there through March 9th. AVO reported that earthquake swarm at the volcano had begun in November back in 2022, and ongoing with 120 earthquakes during February 25th through March 3rd. So some shaking going on up there. A number of events per day as high as 28. Okay, highest on the 28th of February and March 1st. With over 50 earthquakes located on each of those days. 3 earthquakes had a magnitude greater than 3, occurred at a shallow depth of less than 6 kilometers, and were located about 6 kilometers east of the volcano. So interesting stuff to see that. And you know, there's all kinds of other literature there, but we're not going to worry about that. On the other stuff, we see more volcanian activities going on, but pretty cool. And of course, the this map here, let's see if we enlarge it. There you can see it a little bit better, and I can zoom in, and you can see a little bit more of what's going on in this area. So pretty cool looking. So definitely worthy of keeping an eye on it and see what happens. So for right now, let's zoom out and just kind of give you an idea where in the Aleutians they are. You see the big hook here. They're right smack dab in the middle of it. So that is it for there. Let's make that smaller. Actually, it's locked up. There we go. Got it out of there. Back to Japan, and 2 ice cream boats are in now, so you can enjoy them both. And let's take a look at, real quick, close-up view of the next one here, and that is our Suwanoshi Jima, not Suwanoshi Jima, Sakurajima. How about that? We do know that it was doing a little bit of pluming earlier, as it is continuing with throwing out all kinds of gases. Didn't see any really major blowouts when I was checking early this morning, but that is kind of what it is during the night. Nothing really outrageous to report. Here is a shot at 2:46 a.m. Continuing its off-gassing activities, and I don't think I seen anything really that was scary. Next one on our list, Suwanosejima, and that one I was doing a little bit more. They had a few puffs coming out of there. I'm just trying to find the start of one here. Right around here, this would be this morning. You can see quite a bit of gray matter coming out, if you will, and that is a pretty interesting looking. Going further back, we do see puffs at 6:42 a.m. as an example, and you know, all during the night, ongoing again. This shot here, you can see that it actually came out the front caldera rather than the back one. And I'm just trying to see if we can spot where it first started. And yeah, I think we got it. Would be somewhere around here. And that actually looks like it's coming out the back one again, not this front area. So I'm wondering if that drifted over and just made it look like it was the front. Not 100% sure, but take it as you will. It could have been a wind direction, that kind of thing. So, Kevin Haynes saying good night. No worries, Kevin. All good. And we're going to leave this place be and put that back on live, make it small again. Go to the next one and make that one big. We've got, yeah, commercials. Just what everybody wants. This is ASO, and that looks very misty and cloudy and stuff up there. It is continuing to steam like crazy, and in addition to just steam, it does have SO2 coming off of that crater as well. So lots of interesting stuff coming out of there. You don't want to be breathing too much of that. All right, let's leave that there. Let's have a quick peruse. I'm actually going to make those smaller here just so we don't have the computer locking up on us. Quick look at our earthquakes for today. And I'm not going to go through a whole bunch here. We'll just have a quick gander at some interesting stuff. So up in the Aleutians, yeah, right here, this is the area where our wonderful volcanoes are, and that is, of course, near Attic, and there's that island, and you can see how much of a swarm it is right in there. So that's something, you know, we're not going to go through all of them, certainly not. Gives you an idea, though, that that's where that is hiding. And if they get an eruption out there, of course, media coverage will be minimal and not much. Looking at, what is it, Aniakchak, or whatever it is called there, not very much going on there. We do see one quake to the south of it, really nothing major, 2.2. So we'll leave that alone. Trident, a volcano in here. And it had a few little quakes. Aniakchak. That's it. Aniakchak. Yeah, Aniakchak. Sounds like a hockey player. Aniakchak. No, never mind. 4.2 there, and that is on the Pacific side, or if I recall, a Black fault or Blake fault, or something like that in that area. Anyway, a 4.2 likely not going to ever cause any tsunamis the way that is. That's yesterday's at 2248, 10 kilometers down, 4.2 in magnitude. Continuing on, we do see some more activity down here in Mexico, 4.7, 5:01 a.m., 106 kilometers down for that one. This one is 4.0, a little further south from 2200 yesterday, and next one is 4.9, and that is Nova Colombia, Mexico, from 2122. And then we have this one off of the coast of Nicaragua, 4.6, 10 kilometers down, 1935 yesterday. Bunch here in Chile again. We're going to leave them, 4.7 for that one, 4.2 for this, 4.4 for that one, and a 4.0 there. Don't see anything new in South Sandwich Islands. Sliding over, we only see one over here by Fiji, 4.3, 1724, 449 kilometers down. Solomon Islands, 5.1 from 1048 our time, 76.4 kilometers down. Papua New Guinea area, 5.0 right there from 1758, 11.6 kilometers down. Then Timor-Leste, Timor-Leste, 2100 yesterday, 146.8 kilometers down, 4.3 in magnitude. Going up, don't see too much in Japan. We do have one here, 4.6, out a little ways, and that is at 7:14 a.m., 36.2 kilometers down. That's not very big. And then we have a couple off the coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula, and we'll look at these here, 4.1, and that was at 2208 yesterday, and then the other one is a 4.5, and that was at 2240 yesterday as well. Continuing on, looking at, we see a couple more here in our Tajikistan and northern Afghanistan area, so another 4.0, and that is at 1031, 152.1 or 2 kilometers down. The other one, yeah, right on the border region, 4.1, 1816 was the time on that, 203 kilometers down. We do see a couple of little quakes here, well, not that little, 4.3, 11:55 our time, 10 kilometers down there in Turkey, and it also had a 4.1. And right in that same area, at least it's smaller, and that area wasn't hit as badly as this area over here and a little bit further north. So nice to see it's calming down, and hopefully we won't see too many more quakes. And of course we had this guy here in Italy, and that is kind of weird, 4.3, and that is at 8:05 a.m., 4.4 kilometers down for that one. And that basically covers our earthquakes for today. There, I'm going to do a quick peek at our Canary Islands and see what we've got going on there. And checking up north, these are old ones, I think, from the 7th and the 8th. Okay, yep, so I'm not going to worry about those. Going to zoom in here a little bit. We don't see too much on La Palma. We do see this one, 1.9 on, what is it, Frontera, and that is at 10:43 UTC. And 1.9, it doesn't say, where's my depth? 12 kilometers down, there we go. And that is what we've got on there. And then La Palma itself, and nothing for today. Everything is from yesterday, so we can leave that be, and we'll put it back there. It is a time for a break for me, or pretty close to it. Since the chat isn't moving very quickly, it's hard for me to tell because I do have the timestamp on. That's what I use for watching, so seeing what we've got. Anyway, for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out and give it a quick pop. It doesn't cost you anything, I promise. And yeah, it is just about Pepsi time. And for those who are enjoying the show, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that note, I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I'm going to go take a quick break. And then after the break, we will come back and we will do our SO2 report. And then we will do our weather. And I'm going to compress both of them. I want to try to be finished by about 8 o'clock. And I need to get some rest. We're running these streams. It's supposed to be a 2-hour long stream. It's grown to 4.5 hours, basically. So I got to try to compress it a little bit. So we'll kind of skip things. So far, I think I've got everything, but we'll take a look at the important stuff. And by the way, it's snowing in Yellowstone. Anyway, don't go away. More to come, and we'll make things happen. And of course, if you want to send me a super chat of $1 million or $2 million, I'll take that too. I don't even know is there a limit on super chats? I think there might be, eh? I don't even know what it is. Never checked. Anyway, gonna go. Don't go away. Keep smiling, and you don't have to super chat, by the way, just so you know. It is nice, but no one's obligated. Really do appreciate all the support, though. Thanks, guys. And on that note, I'll be back 5-6 minutes. Don't go away. Hope I don't fall asleep. I'll be back. Too slow. I'm gonna fall asleep with that. go. I am back. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. And just looking at some of what you put there in the chat. Cookster says some videographers of the Icelandic Reykjavik eruption used really powerful music tracks. Those drone vids were amazing. And, you know, there are some very, very good videos, as well as the music with it. That is pretty awesome. And yeah, I like that. Anyway, thank you for the welcome backs from Omomi of Hamsters saying welcome back, Uncle Doc. And thanks, Canonesca's Country, and Doc sitting on the sidelines having a snooze. Yeah, I wish. Thanks. And I hear you, DrFox2000. Okay. Oh no, Doc, don't get dizzy. What? You did the ghost spider. Uh-oh, I don't want to do any ghost spiders. I don't like spiders. Time to time a card back in the slot. Okay, thanks, Cookster. And good morning, Thor. Just in time for weatherish things. No more time on the clock. Time for a 9-hour break. Ah, okay. Well, I'm all tired today, so I'm gonna be doing things very quickly here now because I need to get a sleep. I need to get a nap. Anyway, let's go over to the SO2 map. We're not going to pay much attention to it, though. I just refreshed it, looking at what we see. Not too much coming off of the Kamchatka Peninsula, but we do still see a lot of it going up into the northern portions of the Arctic Ocean, etc., through the Bering Straits, and now getting back onto Alaska, a little bit up into the Yukon, and of course still seeing some there in Alberta and of course British Columbia. We do have that storm system off the coast that's trying to clean up for everyone. Looks like the eastern part of Canada is looking pretty clear, same as other places down in the US, like New York and Maine and those places. So nothing for Sue. She's got good clean skies, and you can see the cutoff line here where most of it is looking pretty awesome. Then you get down to Central America and Mexico City, of course, and Popocatépetl continuing to do their onslaught of dirtiness with the SO2, and then Central American stuff coming out into the Pacific. Starting to see that plume dissipate there into the Pacific from our stuff that's been going on in bottom end of Peru and northern end of Chile, and a little bit over into Argentina, and regular pollution over in Rio de Janeiro area, that type of thing. Hardly anything coming off of White Isle Volcano. Well, Leo doesn't have his barbecue going, we know that for sure. Coking plants in there north of Sydney still doing their thing. Tofua still active. Looking at a new plume coming from New Caledonia. That's kind of weirdish. And we see Yasur still doing its thing. Aoba and Gawa still working away. Pretty normal in most of Papua New Guinea. Luolatok still working his magic. And we see a Samaru area a little bit heavier. And then, of course, again over here, and the other areas from Merapi, and then we get over here, Krakatau and Jakarta, fairly heavy SO2 stuff for there. Going to leave the other ones be. Ibu and Dakono are working their magic, and then the other ones not so bad. Taal, of course, still off gassing. I'm not sure of the rate right now, but and of course Mayon and Bulusan right there doing their thing. Taiwan still doing its thing. Suwanoshi-jima down here doing what it needs to, and then of course all that stuff we've seen come out of Sakurajima definitely creating its own little area. And here's that stuff I was talking about, ASO, and it's not just steam, it's SO2 in there as well. So rest of China pretty normal, a little heavier in eastern India. Sliding over, taking a look at South Africa, still there doing its thing. Looks like Freddy's still working. Freddy's looking like he's gonna go back on land. Anyway, DR Congo still doing its thing. Urta Ale showing up a little bit more today, and not so heavy from the refinery here. And then, of course, you can definitely see where the refineries are in Iraq and Iran and Kuwait, and of course, there in Saudi Arabia. And looking at what we're seeing flowing off of Mount Etna, not too much. So that'll be Etna and Stromboli and Volcano all put together in that plume. And still see this mess up top here in Estonia area. Latvia, I'm not sure, that was up a little bit further to the north before, and we did see some stuff up here as well, very heavy. That seems to have dissipated somewhat. It looks like Iceland is looking a little bit better. Let's get over to our weather map, and we're going to go race through this. Hey, Hermione is back. Welcome, Hermione. And we're doing a fast weather today. So, yep, some cold stuff up in Alaska and Yukon, Northwest Territories, going all the way over to Hudson's Bay. Real fast. Looking at Vancouver, about 6 degrees right now. Bob's Place, about 2 or so. Edmonton, still quite cold for this time of year, 14 degrees. Calgary, even colder at 17. Kananaskis Country, a swift current area, as 14, same as Edmonton. And sliding over, taking a look at the Winterpeg, they are got 8 degrees, and Judy M probably about minus 14 or so there, same as what we've got. And looking here, Toronto -1, London -2, Detroit coming up to 0, Chicago +2, Henry Nelson's Place about -1. Going over a little bit further, we do see some cooler temperatures there again, up in Labrador and that area. Of course, looking at New Brunswick, they're a lot warmer than what they were, with anywhere from about -5, 6 down to about -3. Halifax, 1 degree, -1, and the same as Cole Harbour, pretty awesome. And we see again down to about -5, -6 at the most for Newfoundland, and anywhere up to about 0 depending on where you go. Let's continue on. A quick peek at the west coast. Portland is a 5, San Jose coming in at 10, Los Angeles coming in at 13, and Death Valley is going to be very hot, 24 maybe, something like that. Las Vegas 13 degrees, and 19 in Death Valley. Oh, okay. Well, a little further to the south, it's a little hotter, so that's all right. 18 in Phoenix, Mexicali 19. Tucson. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. I hiccuped. 19 there. Albuquerque looking at about 10, 11 degrees. Sliding down, taking a look, starting to really get that heat cooking down in southern Texas. And we see 24 in San Antonio, 22 in Houston, and 22 there in Austin. Dallas coming in at 14. You can see where the cold-hot divider line is right in there. Oklahoma City, 9 degrees. New Orleans coming in at 22. And Miami down on the bottom end, only at 22. And Jacksonville coming in at 17. Atlanta down at 10. Charlotte, North Carolina, 10 as well. And Grandma B's house, Burr, Raleigh is 7 degrees Celsius. Going up, Philadelphia 4, 2 in New York, or 3, something like that. And Boston coming in at about 2 as well. Sliding into Central America, we can see it's a little bit warmer in some places. Cancun, about 24 right now. That's still not that warm. Looks like about, what is it, 26, 27 in Acapulco. Mexico City at 18. That cold, not making it all the way down anymore, which is really nice. Venezuela seems to be the hottest place there in South America right now, at least up on the northern end. Looking at most of the rainforest in Brazil doing pretty darn good. And we see some 30, 31 degree temperatures in the northern portions of Argentina. Paysandú, 29 degrees right now for the Moncas. And looking, we can see where the line cuts off there for the cold warm line for the Chile. And then we see Christchurch coming in at 18. We do see some rain possibly on the western coast again. Wellington here in New Zealand at 19 degrees. Auckland coming in at 22. Taupo coming in at about 20. So gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. And Hobart at 19, 20. Still the western part of the island still a little bit cool from all that rain they've been getting. 21 in Melbourne. And Adelaide about 20, 21 as well. Sydney coming in at 25. Starting to see some of those warmer temperatures again here. Brisbane only at 25 today. We see that a storm is pulling in that cooler air, and probably good for them. Let's see what we've got here. This has got to be the hottest of places. 29. Oh, there's a 40. And yep, we have a 40 degrees in Australia as our high for today. Perth about 25 as well. And what happened there? Once I get back there. Okay, looking at Indonesia, I'm not going to worry about those. They're always the same. In Papua New Guinea, about 32, 33 at the peak. Same thing, Eastern Java. Looks like a nice warm temps up to 30 up in Java Island. A little cooler in Sumatra, of course, as normal. And looking at what we see in Bangkok, 31 degrees right now for them. And will that come up, Sue? Oh, 29. It says 30 on the map today. I guess the map wins. Manila coming in at 30, 31 as well. Looking at what we've got here in Kagoshima, 19 degrees, a lot better than what they had before. So definitely warming up in Japan a whole bunch. We see still quite a bit of cold air in the Sea of Japan. 19 in Tokyo right now. The northern area, there's that low pulling some of that cold down. And our wonderful Sapporo coming in at about 8 degrees Celsius. Kamchatka Peninsula also a little bit warmer. Bottom end 0, top end minus 13, 14, that kind of thing. India pretty normal. Delhi is 19, and then we see the other areas here. Sri Lanka is pretty normal again at 25, 26, 27. Cape Town a little on the cool side. And there's my favorite storm, Freddie. He's moved. He was inland. He came out, and he's now curved up and moving back to go back into Mozambique there. So that's okay. He can bug them. They want the water anyway. Anyway, looking at the Sahara Desert starting to get a little bit warmer once again. We got about 14, 15 in Cairo, beautiful, and staying all the way up to 24 in UAE and 25s even here in bottom end of Saudi Arabia. That is excellent. Taking a look at Turkey, the affected areas showing above freezing temperatures, which is very nice for them. Adana coming in at 13 right now. Piggy's Place. Doc, it hurts my feelings when you say Susie, when you say Oklahoma, don't say Susie when you say Oklahoma. Okay, I promise I won't do that anymore, Susie. I will say Kentucky. Okay. Sorry. And let's see, about 15, 16 there for Piggy, and 14. Okay, out there on the island of Kos. And Radanzo there about a 9. I thought that's where you were though, Susie. I didn't mean any offense by it if that's how you took it. Sorry. Anyway, we see about what is it in there? About 9 or thereabouts there in Sicily. And let's continue on here with what we've got. 11. Wow, they are warming up. And let's see what we got going on. I want to see 14 there in Naples, Rome at 14. Going up here, we see 10 in Milano. That's a lot warmer than what they've had in the last little while. Definitely a lot warmer in Portugal as well as Spain. 9 degrees there, 8 over for Aurelio. And we see some warmer temperatures coming into France, which is really nice. 9 in Nantes, and Paris are coming in at 10. We do see Munich at 5. Stockholm, no, we're not going to Stockholm. Sorry, Frankfurt are coming in at 9. Cologne at 10. Yvonne Kunkel's house at about 9. Going over here, 2 degrees. It looks like the cutoff is right there for that warm-cold line, and that goes all the way over to England. And that is not so good. So we got 9 there in Brussels as well. A little cooler in Luxembourg. Getting over into, yeah, look at the big difference from down here to there. It's like 5-6 degrees difference across that cold line. And Berlin at 1, and a 0 there at Hamburg, and Copenhagen a 0. Aarhus coming in at -2. And Oslo -11, Stockholm -6 there, and St. Petersburg -13, and where'd Moscow go? -8, and there we go. And looking at England, yeah, London 8 degrees. Looks like we are getting a pretty cold temperatures blowing in from the north. This warmer stuff from the south, keeping the bottom end warm, but the top end is very, very cold, and that is not so good. 7 up there. Brr. Aberdeen is 1. Glasgow coming in at -1. Dublin coming in there at 0, and of course Irish Monk's house going to be somewhere around, oh, where are we here? Doolin, it says about 1 degree or 2 degrees there. Thanks, Sue. And let's go slide up a little bit and look at Iceland. Sure, it was nice, clear weather, but look how cold it is. Oh, -6 there, and 7 in Reykjavik, the capital city. So that is not so good. They need to warm up a little. Beautiful, nice days, but they got to warm up. I guess that's what they call it, Iceland. All right, a land of fire and ice. So pretty cool, and we will leave it as that. And let's see what we can find out for precipitation. Yep, -7. Thanks, Sue. Real quick on the precipitation, we will take a look at North America. Yep, we see a snow eastern Alaska and up in the Yukon. Looking at this storm system from about Vancouver on down to Los Angeles. That's where that is all coming in, giving rain for all of those good people. Looks like northern Alberta, a little bit of snow, nothing in Manitoba or Saskatchewan or most of Ontario, nothing around the Great Lakes right now. We do see some in North and South Dakota going down all the way into Georgia, and then of course the other branch of that going all the way into Texas. Nothing for Sioux over there. We do see a little bit of stuff going on there in Newfoundland, but that's okay. South America, rain as expected, pretty normal. Do we see anything in Paysandú? No, nothing. We do see this nasty thunderstorm though that come into Argentina, but I'm sure they're not going to argue for that water. And looking at what we've got here, bottom end of Chile is Chile. They've got a storm heading their way. And let's see what we've got going on here. Yeah, I'm surprised those warmer temperatures, but they still have a bunch of thunderstorms. More thunderstorms happening for the North Island and the South Island. Hopefully that won't be too nasty for them. Tasmania, a little bit of rain, and not that much. And then looking at most of Australia, with the exception of where this storm is, everything else looks pretty dry. Sliding over, looking at Papua New Guinea, Indonesia. Yeah, it's still rainy season. We know that. Looks like a little drier in the Philippines and not as bad in Bangkok area, Taiwan. So that's okay. And then looks like somewhere around Osaka is the cutoff line. From there on north, there's all kinds of weather happening, both onshore and off. All the way up, we are seeing more snow up in the northern islands, and that is not so good there. Looks like India pretty dry, pretty much normal there in Sri Lanka. Here's my buddy Freddie. Freddie is still churning away and sitting on the coast of Mozambique, and he's leaving most of the other side alone, but this other low is starting to build up, and definitely going to come in here and give Madagascar some more wonderful rain. Central Africa, pretty much normal there. And looking at what we see here, a little bit of rain in Ethiopia and that area, so that is all right. They probably could use that right now. And even here in, what is it, Antria, if I said that right, that area also getting some rain. Saudi Arabia still getting some, as well as Kuwait, and going all the way into Iraq, or Iran. And no rain for Piggy, not right now anyway. We don't see any, and not on that map. And then we see most of Italy is getting a bunch of rain, and then again what is it, Croatia, no, Albania, over on the other side, they're getting some. And oh, look at this, France definitely has got some moisture. Same thing with Holland and Netherlands area, Germany. Looks like the Swiss are definitely getting some rain too, and it looks like rain and snow mix there in England and Wales and Northern Ireland, and Ireland in general, and then looking at Scotland, not quite as bad. Looks like no snow or rain up there in Denmark, so that's a lot better. And then we still see some going across the bottom end of Sweden here, up a little ways, but not too bad. And then, of course, the Norwegian coast, let's not even talk about that. And let's see, we got a bunch here in western areas. or sorry, eastern areas, a bunch of snow in Iceland. The western side was clear today, so that was pretty nice. Anyway, let's see about our temperatures. I'm going to find those real quick and see where the coldest place on this planet is. And we will see. I already found a minus 60, just scanning very quickly. And there's a minus 61. And do we have anything colder than a minus 61 Celsius? And let's see if we can find, oh, I see a minus 62 right there. Let's see if we can find a minus 63. 50, there's a 61, a 62. Looking for minus 63. And let's see. Yeah, 62 right there. I don't know, where's minus 63? Come on, I gotta take a look where the highs are. Here's the highs. That's no, just by the low though. That's odd. Usually the highs are the ones that have the colder temperatures. But it seems to be in the winter time, for them, it seems a little backwards down there. Maybe it's because they're upside down. Have we ever thought about penguins being upside down? Maybe that's why they're so cute. Anyway, I think I'm going to live with that minus 62. I don't think there's anything colder that I can find, so let's see what we can do. Aloha hugs, you're still on cool. Goodbye. I get some calcium mag 3D C and B. Oh boy. That is very, very difficult to deal with while I'm doing weather. Anyway, let's see what I can find in Greenland. I see a minus 41 already, and that is pretty chilly. What do we got in here? A minus 41. That is better than yesterday. Well, colder than yesterday anyway. I don't know if I want to call it better than yesterday. And let's see if we go up a little bit more. Nope, nope, nope. Don't see it. And minus 41. Oh, hang on. What was that? There's a minus 42 right in there. Do we have a minus 43? Scanning. Oh, looks like that a minus 42 is only in that one spot. Let's see if we got a minus 43 in here somewhere. Minus 42. Just one spot of a minus 42. I think I'm going to have to live with it. We'll see if we can... I don't think there's anything colder. As soon as you get up north, it warms up. I hate when things warm up when it... Oh, what happened to Canada? Oh my God, it's warming. We're warming up in the Arctic. Find me some cold temperatures. There's a minus 35, 36. Okay, what about these hidden islands up here? A minus 36. Come on, find me a really cold spot. Minus 29. What is this? What do you mean minus 14? What do you got, a volcano going off up there or something? Minus 36 so far. Minus 33. No, that ain't gonna work. Oh, I found a minus 37. Minus 37. Do we have anything colder than a minus 37? What about over here? Minus 37. Oh, I seen it. Minus 38. Okay, I need a minus 39. Where's a minus 39? Oh no, only minus 38. Okay, minus 38 so far. And I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Oh, what about over here? Minus 38, we gotta beat, and that looks too tropical. Pink means tropical. Pardon me. What about this little spot? Check in here, minus 37. Come on, show me a minus 40 somewhere. Ah. Okay, I'm not seeing anything there. What about this little spot? Minus 36. No, we already got minus 38. We need colder. Colder. Come on, weather map. Minus 35, 36. No, not gonna work. All right, minus 38. I can't do any better than the minus 38. Oh boy. No, no, no. I'm gonna live with it. Minus 38. That is all I can do there. Now I have to find the Siberian stuff and see if I can find something that is like a minus 60 in Siberia, and we'll see what we've got. So Siberia, here we come. Minus 60. No. Oh, I don't see it there. Minus 38 is so far. Go up here. Oh, a minus 41, 42. We got minus 42. No. What about in here? Oh, I seen a minus 43. Scooting across here. Minus 43. Maybe something on this tip. No. Let's zoom into this area a little bit. Minus 38. Where's a 41? 41. 41. There's a 42. There's a 43. Minus a 43 so far. I need to find colder than minus a 43. Minus a 43. Not good, not good. Minus a 41. 40. No. This looks colder in this area. There's a minus a 42 right there. I've seen a minus a 41. There's another minus a 42. Oh, a minus a 43 I've seen in this area again. Okay, where are you? Minus, there's a 43. Let's find a minus a 44. Minus a 43 is the coldest I've seen so far. That is not good. Minus a 40, nope. 39, nope. Okay, that is over there. What about over in this area? There's the high. Always cold around the high, no? Minus 43 is what we got to beat. And let's see if we can make that happen. No, I am not seeing anything colder than a minus 43 right now. Darn it. 37, no, that's no good. Okay, what about up here in these great northern islands? Oh, hang on, I didn't check this one. Minus a 43 is what we got to beat. There's a 41. not looking so good. I think I'm gonna have to live with a minus of 43. That is not gonna get me anywhere, I don't think. I don't think minus of 43 will get me anywhere. I gotta see if we can find like minus 50 or something. There's a minus 41. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Minus a 43. That's all I can come up with. I need to get some rest, so we will leave it as that for right now, you guys. And that is it. What did Sue have? She probably whooped me good. Sue gets first place. I get the third degree. A third degree lashing from Siberia. Brr. Sue found the coldest temp. Okay, 62 we matched. 42 we matched. 38 we matched. And she whooped me. Where the heck did she find a 46 below? Oh boy. It's okay. It's a better her than me. That's awful cold. Anyway, that is it for today's stream, you guys. So I hope everyone enjoyed what we were looking at and what we went through, and hopefully everyone has learned something and warmed up or cooled off or all those things, and what the worst places in the country are and the best, or in the world, I should say. Woo, Sue, good hunting for a cold, you guys. Thanks. Yeah, Sue's pretty good at that. She has a little more time on her hands, I guess, and can search those little spots out. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I am tired, and hopefully we'll be able to wrap up the stream right now, so it's looking pretty good though. I see we are at 92 likes, which is all right. And I don't see we're at 393 views according to my screen. So that is all right for now. And I do appreciate all of you being here. Want to say a big thank you, of course, to everyone. But also want to throw out a big thank you to Scott Hartman for gifting a total of 10 memberships today, and a $20 super chat. Also, Brian, Perfectability 999, throwing in a $3 super chat. Thank you, Brian. And also to Kevin Haynes and Grandma B and Dan for each gifting one month membership. So that is a total of 13 memberships, and that is awesome. I do see 13 members on there on the screen, so that means everyone I got they got all of them got used, which is really cool, and like to see that. That way everything is good. Want to say, big thanks in general to everyone out there. And take care, Dr. Fox, with your voice, please. Yeah, it's not my voice, it's me in general. I'm tired. That's why, Casey, I'm really, really tired. And I need to get a little bit of rest. So, for all those good people here, thank you. Really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. Tomorrow is Friday, and it'll be a little bit better. And hopefully Cookster won't be so strict with the time card tomorrow. And I can take a couple extra minutes for a break and stuff. And, it's when Cookster Littlefield is here, we have to punch the clock all the time. And that's always trouble. Anyway. Oh, love it, you guys. Love it. What? Okay. You have egg hugs to all around. Okay. be good, everyone. Take care, and big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, and of course Piggy has done such a tremendous job with getting us bacon seeds all the time. Really do appreciate that. Also, a C&D boy and Gary 24/7 Live. He's at Skies, as well as Lucas Snow and Joseph Fields, Texas. Thank you, moderators. You guys are awesome. Also, big thank you to Sue Hayes for throwing in the volcano reports. And so, of course, I'm trying to shorten the stream, and she keeps making him bigger. Anyway, that is all good. And appreciate everyone for the input. And, of course, that is always needed, and of course the stream, the idea behind this stream, of course, was for your input as well as mine. So it's a two-way street that way, and we really do appreciate everyone who does send stuff in. Sometimes we don't get stuff out, and it is one of those things. It's hard. So yeah, I was just bringing more volcano content. No worries, Sue. It's some of the time, though, like tonight, it was not a good idea because I am really dead tired, and it's kind of sometimes it just doesn't work. So, but don't be discouraged with that, and don't be sorry because you didn't know I'm going to be tuckered right out, and going to try to shorten the stream a little. And that is, I'd like to keep it down to about 3 hours at the most if we can, and I know it's hard to do that because sometimes there's some really good stuff going on, and things get out of hand, and I'm expecting it to run long too at other times, especially when Sharon Stewart starts to send us some singing audio there, audio files. I want to hear that where she's saying, "I can hear you, Dr. Fox 2000." I really do want to hear her singing that. I'm still pushing her, and I want her and her group to do that, to get into a harmonious tone and do that. That would be awesome. Anyway, the Smithsonian and USGS don't often put out updates on volcanoes. Ah, okay, I didn't know that. I gotta find an app that I can mail the voice from. Oh, an app? An app? Oh, what's happening here? I thought you were a singer, Sharon Stewart. Oh, we're in trouble now. A big time trouble. Anyway. Yeah, voice recording app. Oh, a voice recording app. Ah, I see. If you have a cell phone, you can use your phone. There is one on it. If you have an Android phone, you have a voice recording app on there. I guarantee it. And that would be pretty cool. Or if you're using a tablet, I don't know if a tablet would have it, depending on what operating system. But again, it's not me, so I don't know what would be there. But anyway, time to wrap it up, you guys. I have iPhone. We'll check. Okay, this sounds good, Sharon, and see what happens. And on those friendly notes, you guys. Thanks everyone for being here. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. And hopefully we can have a happy Friday tomorrow. So for those people who are already in that future, hope your day is going well. And for those of us who are just going there, hopefully you have a very good night or good evening, and then a wonderful day tomorrow. On those notes, only one thing left to add. please, please make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Good night, or good morning, good day, good afternoon, everyone. And we'll see you all on tomorrow's stream. Take care, good night, and oink oink.